Slovenia.
Greetings, everyone. I'm happy to participate in this important endeavor, and I would welcome the opportunity to report that there is more democracy in the world. Unfortunately, I cannot do that. We must acknowledge that in so many places on this planet, we are failing the basic test of democracy, the ability to ensure human dignity for all, not just a few. More than 6.5 million Sudanese have been forced to flee their homes due to the ongoing conflict. More than 17 million people there are suffering from severe hunger. In Yemen, more than half of the population suffers from hunger. More than 14 million people in Ukraine are dependent on humanitarian assistance. This is not the way to more democracy. We know that hate breeds hate, often for generations. Nowhere is this more evident than in Gaza, a place of dehumanization on an unimaginable scale. No one knows how many generations it will take for Israelis and Palestinians to reconcile and live in true peace, not the kind where a wall separates the two peoples. And all this only after the mass human suffering has come to an end and the Gaza Strip has been reduced to rubble. This is an election year for half the world's population. But it is also a year accompanied by the bitter realization that democratic freedoms are giving way to populist black and white views, quick fixes for the people and elites which populists often belong to or have created. The breeding ground for all these developments exists because we are not closing the gap between those who have everything and more, and those who have nothing and are getting poorer and poorer. And we do not care about the side effects of the often cruel logic of profit and its impact on the ground. Let there be no doubt. Our democracies need to be strengthened, in some cases preserved, and even defended. But we should also lead by example. Strengthening our democracies means holding genuinely free and fair elections, having real freedom of the press, zero tolerance for any form of racism, neo-fascism, anti-Semitism, or religious, racial, and other intolerance. Democracy also means taking care of the poor, for everyone, everywhere. In this way, we help create the conditions for peace in our countries and give democracy a high moral value elsewhere. In other words, only if we can prove that democracy can and must benefit all citizens will our words carry weight and the calls for peace in Gaza, Sudan, Yemen, and elsewhere not fall on deaf ears. The United Nations must also receive the support of democracies. The debate on UN reform must not be put on hold. Yes, reforming the UN is a lengthy process, but who dares to collaborate on repeating the history of the League of Nations? There are so many conflicts occurring right now, which tells us loud and clear that the United Nations is needed more than ever. Yes, it can do better, and it is down to us, the democracies, to do everything in our power to make it better.